What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Sarah. Today's video is gonna be really fun. It's gonna be a full face of first impressions, I guess you could say, a full face of new makeup. I have so much stuff that has been sent to me that I have unboxed for you guys that I've been wanting to test out. Say hey in the comments below and subscribe before you go, and let's jump right in. Okay, so I actually did an order of new makeup. I got some MAC stuff. I never get MAC stuff, I think because I primarily shop at Sephora and Ulta. The Fix Plus, I've used this before like a long time ago and then I just never used it again. I wanna use that today and I'm gonna start off with that actually because this is a primer and a setter. But let's start off with this. I'm just gonna do a little, yeah, that, I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna let that dry. It's supposed to be like a nice priming situation. And then for my actual primer, I'm going to be using the Benefit Pores Instantly Smaller. It's the Porefessional Primer. This is not technically new to the market or anything. This is, I think, probably one of their hero products. Let me tell you a little bit about this product. So it says it's silky, lightweight. It's meant to minimize your pores and hopefully just like even out the skin. My biggest issue with skin is texture. So apply to face, blend with fingertips, wear alone under makeup as a primer or over makeup to touch up. Oh, that's cool. The sun might be in and out today. I'm sorry. Here's the consistency. I just felt like sitting down on my floor. This is my favorite way to film videos. I just feel like I'm actually hanging out with you guys this way as opposed to setting up a whole situation in my bedroom. I just like plop down on the floor, get all my makeup. All right, so I'm focusing on focusing this on where I have enlarged pores or texture. So like I've been breaking out in the middle of my forehead, which has never happened before. And then most of you guys know that this has really been a result of my pregnancy acne. It's just texture on my chin and jaw, and like little bumps in places that I never had them before. My skin feels smoother after putting that on, so I think it's gonna look good once foundation is over it. But I'm feeling like I have to use, like this is the third time I've gone in. So it doesn't really melt into your skin. It kind of just like lays on top, which I think is the purpose. So I just wanna make sure I'm giving myself enough, you know? I also have fine lines up here, so I wanna hit those, and then right underneath my eyes, I have fine lines too. I like that it mattifies my skin a little bit. You can see I look a little less like dewy or glowy than I did before. All right, so for foundation, I'm kind of torn because I haven't used this on my channel yet, but I have been using it for the last like 2 weeks and I really, really love it. It's the new Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer from NARS. I guess they reformulated this and I picked it up because I just wanted a good tinted moisturizer, but I've technically used this and I haven't used the Morphe foundation yet. So I think I'm gonna use this. This is the Soft Focus Foundation. It says it's medium to full coverage. So I wanna use this because I've heard good things about it and it's like the one new foundation I received that I have not tried out yet. And then I'm gonna mix a little bit of my MAC Strobe cream in there. This is also a new product to me, but I've been using it a little bit the last couple weeks and I really like it. It's making everything I put on my face just look better. This is about how much I'm doing and I think I'm gonna mix them together on my hand. I am medium 9, filter medium 9 in this foundation. Okay, I actually think that's a pretty good shade match. It's a touch light, but it actually is probably pretty accurate considering I always go like a little dark on my foundations. I've been using my Thrive Causemetics sponge recently and I love it. Look at the redness around my nose. It's wild. Wow, so this is blending out like not as full coverage as I expected, I guess is what I wanna say. It's almost blending out so easily that I feel like it's just like disappearing into my skin. I feel like that can be a good thing or a bad thing. I hope it's buildable because I don't want it to just look like there's nothing on my face, you know? Though I do kind of wanna look like there's nothing on my face. This is so interesting. I feel like this is very different than I was expecting. It's full coverage. No, it's not. It's like more medium coverage, but I expected it to feel like thicker. What do you guys think of this? All right, so I'm obviously going back in with a little more of this and I'm hitting like the areas that just need more coverage. And you know what else could have happened there? Since I mixed the strobe cream with it, it definitely could have sheared it out a little bit more. I like this a lot though. This is actually a very good shade match. I'm gonna do a little on my veiny eyelids. That's actually like a perfect shade match. Like look at that compared to my hand or my neck. kind of surprised by this. I think I really like it. Let's keep it moving. Let's go in with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is, again, not a new product on the market, but a new product to me. I've used this before, so I won't say it's like brand new. But it's one of those products that I always recommend to people if they want like a really natural concealer that's easy to blend. But I don't use it all the time, so I was like, I'm gonna buy that and practice what I preach, because I feel like I want exactly what this concealer does. So I'm kind of just gonna highlight with it. I'm using the shade Custard. One thing I really love about this concealer is the applicator. A lot of concealers that I use have this big, beefy, thick applicator, and it doesn't allow me to be precise with my concealer at all. So I really love that about this. You know, I have some, like a little bit of a breakout right there. I already know I love this concealer, but I haven't used it in so long. I'm excited. It feels like the first time I'm using it. Look at how nice that is. Oh my God. It's such a beautiful under eye situation. Look at this. Let me just show you again. It brightens your under eye like crazy, like more than you'd expect from the consistency, because the consistency is nice and light. It's not like thick, like Shape Tape, but I feel like it achieves exactly what I would want for my under eye. Isn't that nice? And then I'm gonna be really light with this because I picked a cute little breakout zit up here, and if I like swipe with my blender, it really just takes away the product, so I'm just like very lightly bouncing and I'm like pushing it in and blending it. I feel like with all makeup, you have to kind of figure out the way products work, and then, you know, the 5th time you use them, you kind of know how to use them, but the first time's always a little sketchy. But I'm very impressed with this. Okay, so I recently did a partnership with Thrive, and they sent me a bunch of their goodies. They're such a great clean makeup brand. This is their, I guess it's a cream blush, but I think it's used for other things too. In the shade Olivia, it's like a peachy pink. So one side is the blush and the other side is a brush. I tend to not use the brush very much. I don't love it, but I really like this shade. So I'm just gonna hit the tops of my cheeks. Look at the pigment on that. I'm gonna hit my lids, and then I'm gonna do a teeny bit on my nose. I'm gonna use my sponge to just push this in. It's so funny. I feel like I put my blush where I used to put my highlight now. Like the style is like doing everything a little bit higher just to lift the face. And I love how it looks. And look at the sheen. You guys see the sheen on that? I've been using the Rare Beauty cream blush a lot lately, which I love, but I wanted to show you guys something new. The one thing with this, you gotta work with it kind of quickly to blend it out. I can feel it drying down fast. So what I'm gonna do is grab my Fix Plus and just boom. And that's gonna like reinvigorate all the products and let it all melt really nicely. I'm actually gonna use the Thrive Causemetics setting powder. This is just their translucent matte. It has this like net right here, so the powder doesn't explode. It has this cover and this little net, which I just think is smart and nice and thoughtful of a brand, because I can just dip my sponge or my brush right into the little net and the product is all underneath and it kind of like pops up through. So I'm gonna just set a little bit on my under eye, not a lot. This is a big Thrive brush. I can just dip it in, and I just wanna hit where I'm gonna be applying my bronzer so that my bronzer goes on nice and smooth. For bronzer, I'm also gonna use Thrive. This is the shade Rhea. Curious how this one's gonna be, but this shade just looks so nice and neutral, doesn't it? I don't like a super warm bronzer. I hate looking orange. Kind of doing it right under where I applied my blush. That looks really good, honestly. That's a nice bronzer. Warming up the face beautifully. Let's do under the jawline for a little bit of shape. This creates just like a little shadow, so your jaw's gonna look more defined. The sides of my nose, and even underneath my nose, and my lids. You could see I'm like not specific with my bronzer at all, because I feel like it looks best when it's just like very seamlessly blends into the skin, and it's more just like about creating like an overall glow. Look how pretty, wow. Don't I look so much more like alive and tan? The thing with trying all these new products is like, I'm not sure what is making things go so well. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it the primer, or is it the foundation, or is it the combination? That rhymed and I did not intend it to. I always want to make sure my bronzer didn't come down too far where it like drags the face down. I do want there to be like a slight contour here. This is the Morphe Definer Brow Pencil in the shade Biscotti. I feel like Morphe's been kind of bringing it lately in terms of new products. So first of all, I love how this has an angle on it and a spoolie. Those are like my two non-negotiables for brow products. Like if it doesn't have a spoolie on the other end, I don't want it, to be honest with you. So I always comb my brows up first, and let's just go to town with this bad boy. Let's see what we're working with. Okay, I feel like I do have to press kind of hard to get the product out, which I feel like happens sometimes with brow products because of the consistency, because they don't want it to be super powdery where it's just gonna like rub off. It's almost more like a wax consistency, I feel like, with a lot of these brow products, which I think is a good thing, but just keep that in mind. Like, you do have to apply it with a bit of pressure. This shade is absolute perfection. It is the exact color of my eyebrows. It's not too warm. It's not too dark. It's honestly perfect. It's the exact color of my eyebrows. So I am hitting it out of the park in terms of shades today. And I'm very happy about that. That's so nice. That's like very beautiful. I feel like it's effortless. I feel like I'm not having to work that hard to get this to look good. Sometimes with brow products, they're just harder to work with. And why would I want that? What do you guys think? That feels really nice to me. That feels, you know, it's not super bold where it's like, dang, look at that girl's brows. But like, I don't really necessarily need that to happen. I usually like start here and make sure that shape looks good. And then I'll drag the, you know, the line that is the center of my brow, I'll drag that straight because this is where the majority of my like sparseness is. And then I just do these tiny little strokes upward. I still don't think there's anything better than Benefit Goof Proof, but this is bomb, and this is probably less expensive if I had to guess. As always, I'll link all this stuff below for you guys. You can see also when I'm blending, I use this spoolie and I like push inward, and that's gonna create this shadow where it's not like you can see the hairs that you drew in, or you can really see the product. It just creates like a blended shadow of the product. So I got a bunch of a brow package from Charlotte Tilbury, and I have two right here. So there's a clear brow gel, which is called the Brow Fix. I'm probably gonna use this one. Then they also sent over Legendary Brows, which is a tinted brow gel. Personally, I'm good with tinted brow gels. They don't work for me. Like just based on how my brows are, let me zoom it back in. But tinted brow gels just don't work for me. I would way rather apply a pencil and then go over with a clear brow gel. That's nice. I feel like that works well. I love the like feathery brow look, you know, where they look nice and long and defined, but not like a block. Like I like to see the individual hairs, and I feel like that is what a brow gel does for me on top of a pencil. That's perfect, honestly. This is a nice brow gel. Oh my God, you know what I never did? Okay, well, let's do this now because I meant to do this at the beginning of my makeup application, but I totally forgot. So this is the Grande Pout. This just launched. I love putting a lip mask on while I'm applying my makeup because my lips always get dry, but you can sleep with this. It's supposed to plump and hydrate your lips like crazy. I love their products. I just feel like their products are so different than other brands. Like they're never coming out with something I've seen a million times. It's always something new and innovative, which I really appreciate. Oh my God, that smells so good. It's in Berry Mojito. Here's what it looks like. It comes with this little, what is this? A spoon. I'm just gonna put it right on the lips. Just take a little clump. Okay, it's an interesting consistency. I thought it was gonna be more jelly, but it's honestly more waxy. Maybe I did too much. So yeah, I think I did a little too much because it has to like melt into your lips. Ooh, this feels good. I feel like they already look plumper. Can that be possible? I feel like they already look bigger. This feels really nice, honestly, now that it has kind of melted in. Okay, we're gonna let that marinate. I was gonna do lashes, but I think I'm gonna skip lashes because I have this new magnetic mascara from Benefit. And the technology is really cool and different. Flexible, lightweight, builds easily. Extender brush with magnetically charged core pulls the magnet mineral enhanced formula up, out, and beyond the tips of lashes. Yeah, so like the formula kind of like magnets on top of itself. So I think it makes it look like your lashes are like extremely long. Okay, before I do that, I'm gonna use my Rockin' Kohl from Charlotte Tilbury, Barbarella Brown. And I'm just gonna hit the outer waterline on the top and the bottom of my eyes. I've been doing this recently instead of, you know, trying to do a wing or creating like a perfect on top of, guys, I can't talk, on top of my lash wing. So look at that. I kind of just put it in my waterline, like right here in the outer corner. And then I'll do a little bit on the waterline inner corner. But then I'll just use like the tip of my finger or my nail and just pull it out. And it's like the easiest wing ever. It elongates the eye too, which I just think is so pretty. So now let's go on with the mascara. Here is what it looks like. Can you guys see? Okay, so it's really light. It almost just feels like it's combing right through my lashes. You know, sometimes when you put a mascara on and you can immediately like feel it thickening on the lash and it's almost hard to work with. This feels like it's just like really lightly brushing right through the lashes. I tend to do like 45 coats of mascara, so let's do that. I won't lie to you, I'm into this. It's not as like drastic as I thought it was gonna be. Sometimes I feel like mascaras try to do too much. And I have pretty long lashes, so I'm like, you don't need to do that much, like calm yourself. I feel like it makes my lashes look different than they normally look because I usually just use the same mascara every day. It's making them definitely look longer and it's creating this really cool like, this is what I'm calling this. That's what it's creating. I know that's not a thing. Okay, the other thing that's really cool about this is it's not heavy. It's so light. And these feel like my eyelashes, like they still feel pretty soft. They don't feel like clumpy and gross. Like I feel like after I normally put on mascara, it's like crusty, you know what I mean? Like these still feel really soft and nice. So I really, really like this. What do you guys think? I'm so mad at myself for just putting that lip mask on right now because I feel like immediately my lips looked plumper and like every time I check back, they look a little more plump, which is so awesome. Let's put on a quick lip combo. I have a couple different things here I wanna tell you about. First is this MAC lip liner in the shade Oak. It's a really, really pretty shade. I'm definitely using that. And I've been using that with the MAC lip gloss in see-through. That has been my lip combo recently. The other thing I really wanna try are these Revlon Color Stay Satin Ink. I think I'm just gonna swatch these and that's how I'll decide. So I have the shade 001, which is your go-to. That's so pretty. The consistency is very cool. It's like feels like it looks like a gloss, like there's a sheen to it. It's satin though, I love a satin finish. This is the shade Eyes on You, which is a little darker. Too dark for me, to be honest, but my go-to is really, really pretty. It almost looks like my lip shade. So I think I'm gonna use that. But then I also have MAC Blankety, which this is one of my favorite nude lips ever. I think I might just put this on at the very end in the center of my lips. It's my favorite. It's like one of my favorite nude lips ever. I think I'm gonna wipe the lip mask off a little bit because lip liner usually needs like a pretty dry, dang, I think my lips look freaking good. Like it looks like I got filler. Doesn't it? Like, don't my lips look so much bigger? This is wild. Let's put on this lip liner. I wanna show you guys how pretty this shade is. Isn't that pretty? It's like a very neutral brown. You know what else I feel like that lip mask did? It created a shape of a lip that I always try and create with the lip liner without me having to like feel like I'm overdrawing my lips. Like I feel like I'm just following how my lips look after using that mask. Does that make sense? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Okay, so like I was telling you, you can just go over with a clear or nude gloss, but I think I'm gonna try this Revlon so that I can tell you guys if it's good. I feel like it makes my teeth look more white. The tone is perfection. It's like a mauve pink, really neutral shade. Wow, that's so pretty. All right, I'm gonna top it with Blankety. I can feel it drying down, not in a bad way at all. It feels so, so comfortable on the lips. Like, I'm honestly shocked how comfortable it feels on the lips. But I do think it's gonna transfer, like it's not gonna dry all the way down. We'll see. So let's do a little bit of Blankety right in the center. It's gonna lighten it up a little bit. See what I'm saying? Just a little bit. Lightens it up. I feel like my makeup looks bomb today. I did not expect that. Last step is my setting spray. This is the Porefessional Benefit Super Setter. Long-lasting makeup setting spray. I'm not gonna really be able to tell you how this is. Probably I'll put a note in the description box because I'll let this wear for the rest of the day and I'll let you know what I think, but I always look like such a freak when I put setting spray on. I'm a snob for a good mist on a setting spray. I hate, like the mist on this sucks. Sorry, I'm just being honest. It's like, kind of pelts you in the face. Did you guys see how nicely that just like misted onto my face? It doesn't feel like my face is wet. It just like totally coated my face to perfection. And it smells really good. Wow. So this is supposed to feel weightless. It does. Helps lock on makeup and softens the look of pores. Yeah, yep. I feel great about this. Honestly, every single thing I used, I loved. Like this may be my new current makeup routine when I'm doing like a full face. Let me know what you think. Have you guys tried out any of these products? Now this like really forces me to go outside my comfort zone and find really great, amazing new products for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I had so much fun with this. Give this video a thumbs up before you go if you did enjoy it. Subscribe, join the fam. Yeah, like I said, I hope you enjoyed it and I will see you next time. Bye.